Today I'll be sharing with you 20 different ornament ideas using vintage quilts. In this video, I'll be showing you 20 different styles, the prices of each item, the materials and where they were found, and how the designs are chosen. If you're new here, I make Christmas crafts all year long, but I don't do it alone. I also make things with my mom. But I unfortunately do not like to sew, but she does. She loves to hand sew, so everything you see here today are going to be things that she has made. So starting off, the first style I want to share with you are her quilted stockings. So these larger ones are actual functioning stockings. They do have a quilted backing, and then on the inside you can put something small inside of here, like maybe a gift card or a candy bar or something, and it's a super cute fun little gift, or just something that you could hang on your tree or as a decoration on your wall. And these, because they are a little bit larger, she has priced these at $5 each. And you can also see the pretty lace detail across the top. And there are different styles. You can see the different styles here comparing these two. So any quilt she uses them for various different shapes and sizes. And I'm just going to be showing you a little of each item because in reality she has a bunch. Usually there's like a stack this tall of each item. So I'm only going to be showing you maybe 4 or 5 of each thing. So these again are her larger stockings. And then these little ones again are actually functioning, if you can find anything this tiny, but it is super cute. And these are sewn on the sewing machine. This is really the only item that she uses the sewing machine for, and it's very small, but all the others she loves to stitch everything by hand. Again, there's a simple little backing on the back that she's just found a nice material that she thinks will kind of complement the front, and a little lace. And the string on the top is either sewn or hot glued on the inside, so it is also nice and secure. These smaller stockings are $2.50. And then even almost on a smaller scale but flat, these actually you cannot stick anything on the inside necessarily. And it has a cute little button in the corner to match the color. These are actually super popular. I've had a lot of people come up when they're buying them saying that they're going to be like a gift for a baby, their first Christmas ornament, so they might pick a pink one or a blue one. So a super cute idea. And again, just showing you, if I move these out of the way, all the beautiful different colors that you can get out of either one quilt or multiple quilts. So this is an amazing way to repurpose quilts, to turn them into something new. If you have a quilt yourself, or if you just find a quilt, you can definitely turn them into family keepsakes this way. Now this next item is actually very large. It is a full-size stocking. I know technically not an ornament, but I still wanted to include it in this video. And again, a functioning stocking. So she has put this quilted back on the back of it, and you can definitely fill it with some fun Christmas goodies for someone on the inside. And depending on how you lay it on the quilted pattern, you can have a different color for the toe of the stocking, and she also uses the lace again at the top. Now for this one is also a super cute idea. Instead of lace, using an old doily or a vintage doily. So a different pattern on this one. This one's more pinks and blues. This one is more reds and creams. And these we sell for $9.95 because it's a little bit larger of an item. And I will have a better picture of this. I can't quite get it all the way in the camera, but I will definitely show you a better picture. Hearts are another really popular design, and my mom makes 2 styles of hearts. These are a little bit wider, and these are a little bit of a slimmer heart. And just choosing a really cute button to match the design or the colors on each of the quilted designs. And on these larger ones, she embroiders the stems of flowers and uses little flower buttons up here along the top. So a really sweet and precious idea. People definitely love the heart shape. It's just an iconic shape, and it can be for anybody. Now, these smaller hearts she sells for $2, and these larger ones are $3. And I'm sharing you with the prices, but you can definitely, if you do choose to make these, or if you want to sell anything like this in the future, definitely price it however you like. This is just how my mom feels comfortable pricing her items, but I thought it would still be interesting to share with you how she prices them. Now these two ideas are really super adorable. We have snowmen and cute little teddy bears. Now on the snowmen, they of course have either a little scarf or these are a cute little bow. And for the face, she has used a fabric marker to draw the face on these. But for our teddy bears, they also have the bow, but she has stitched the nose and the eyes. She's embroidered those on there. And I just love how all the different colors give each of them their own personality and their own character. And it's so interesting to see what everybody likes. Some people are drawn towards the pinks or the yellows or the blues. And it's just really, really neat to see everybody's different styles. The teddy bears are $3.50 and the snowmen are $3. For the next two styles, there is a cute little mitten and a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is actually one of my favorites. Just happened to have the perfect quilt to make it look like there's different colors for each section of the tree. And of course, a brown tree trunk. I mean, it's just perfect. And my favorite thing are the adorable little buttons. They're either hearts or circles. And in place of the star, there's a cute little heart button at the top of each. Now the mittens look a lot like the stockings, but these are just pretend. You cannot actually open them. And again, a cute little lace trim around all the way around the front and back. And there's also a cute little button. And what was so nice about this is actually the back of the quilt itself, so it already had a really pretty print on the back. This one was a new design this year, and a lot of people really liked the mitten. So our tree here is $3. And the mitten is also $3. And for these two, we have the beautiful cross and also a really beautiful dove. So I thought these two, of course, look really wonderful together. On the cross, there's a little heart to match the different colors, and the same with the little dove. And these, of course, go in different directions. Some are flying to the right and some are flying to the left. Now here, I'm also going to spread these out so that you can see them a little bit better, just so you can see all the beautiful designs from the quilts themselves. And the dove is $4 and the cross is $3. Now, of course, some of these, like the cross, for example, doesn't even have to be a Christmas ornament. You could use it as a bookmark, or it could hang in your car, or you could just keep it in your purse, or carry it around on you, or have it in your home somewhere. So many of these are beautiful ornaments, but you can also keep them out year-round. These are two different angel designs. This first design here was the first angel my mom ever made with a quilt design. And now that we've sold several of them, these are the last 4 that we have. And she's also started a new design down here that is this beautiful little angel that when you flip it over, the wings are actually a pretty heart shape. And I just love these. I love the dress. I love the different designs that the quilts give them. And they're a really lovely little size. So for these smaller ones, they're $4, but there's actually quite a lot of pieces that go on this one. There's a little lace, there's a little bow, and in case you're wondering, this piece on top is hot glued to the wings to the back, so there's very little glue involved, but sometimes it's easier just to glue things than to try to sew every tiny little detail together. Now these, because they're also a larger size, and they have the little ribbon going through the lace, these are also $4, so these are the same price. And in case you're wondering, I do sometimes have people ask if we have an online store. But no, we do not. We just go to local craft shows around the area, and so doing an online store is probably just something that's not feasible right now, and it's not something that we know a lot about. But in case you're wondering, we do just do local craft shows. These two are also some of my favorites because it's a little gingerbread girl and a little gingerbread boy. This is the little girl because she has a little skirt, and this one is the little boy with just a little pair of pants. And we had the perfect quilt. We found the perfect quilt that just had large rectangles going down the center of the quilt with a pattern and then a white strip, a pattern and then a white strip. And so we were able to make not only the snowman ones you saw earlier, but these little gingerbread men and women with that quilt, because we have the perfect white circle for the face and the feet, and then the really cute design in the middle for the clothing. And depending on how you cut it out, you can have this little triangle or the diamond right here in the middle. So this is all the same quilt. It just has, it depends on how you lay down your pattern and cut it out. So that's also a really fun thing about quilts and using them with crafting. These next two are a little bit more different and unique. This quilt in particular just had these diamonds repeating over and over again, or more like a star shape. And whenever you cut them out, my niece was actually over one day, and she was talking to Mama, and she said, "Hey Mama, what if you just turned this star this way, and it makes this really pretty large like starburst in the sky?" And my mom thought that was such a neat idea. So she designed these for my niece, and these are the last two that we have out of that quilt. And both of these are $3. And this is a new ornament this year where it's actually slightly stuffed with some Poli Fill. And again, just a nice little different material on the back to match the front. And it's just a little Christmas ornament. The lace up here mimics that little silver cap that we have on all those Christmas ornaments. And these are also $3. I think I forgot to mention in the last one, but both the gingerbread boy and girl are both $4 as well. So these being really unique, being stuffed, and really just a cute, different style to add to your tree. And last but not least, this is number 20, the last ornament idea that I'm going to share with you that's quilted. And these are a nice, beautiful star shape that has a word embroidered on each one. And these are all the words that my mom uses: believe, marry, love, bless, joy, and Jesus. And depending on the color of the star, she matches the embroidery floss to match the color of each of the quilts. And these are also $3. So we do try to keep our prices around $2 to $4 for our ornaments. Sometimes they get a little bit higher, but we try to make things reasonable for everyone. In this section of the video, I want to share with you where my mom actually finds the materials to make these things, because you might not just have a quilt lying around that you can use, and my mom definitely didn't have one whenever she decided to start making these. So the quilts themselves are actually found either at yard sales or auctions. Now, we used to have a lot of local auctions where you could go and, auction in real life and bid in real life. But they are now all pretty much online auctions. So if you have any local online auctions or yard sales, that is a really great place to find these quilts. And all of these quilts are called cutter quilts. So they're ripped, they're torn, they're worn. They're not something that really is going to be displayed, and they need a new life. So we're not just cutting up a beautiful, pristine quilt that could definitely be still used on a bed. So don't worry if you think, oh my goodness, they're cutting up like an antique. A lot of people actually also love the idea of repurposing these. A lot of women come up to us and say, I'm going to buy all these for my quilting friends. They're part of a quilting club. Or I'm going to do this with my mom's quilt or my grandma's quilt because it's just in a box and I never see it. So it's a great way to reuse things that are special to you and keep them out all year long. Now for all of the embroidery floss, so my mom usually does 2 different types of stitches. This stitch right here, this little line, you usually see on the edge of the material, but she really loves to see it on the front, so she kind of reverses it or flips it. So she loves this little outline. Then she also does this kind of stitch that's just a simple stitch around the outside. So any embroidery floss that she uses is called DMC 6 strand embroidery floss, and you can get it at places like Walmart, Hobby Lobby. Pretty much any craft store carries this type of embroidery floss. And whenever she is sewing, she uses 2 to 3 strands at a time for any of her stitches. Now the lace that you see, any lace that she used on her quilted items, she has found vintage lace at antique malls or places like Hobby Lobby, and Joann's unfortunately is going out of business, but she did find some lace there as well. These tiny little buttons, now of course you can get buttons in multiple locations, but these little tiny ones she finds on an online website called Factory Direct Craft, and I will put that link in the description down below. But other buttons that are larger, of course you can buy them at local craft stores, and she's also bought them in bulk on Amazon. Any of the other supplies that you've seen in this video, for example, the ribbon or the Poli Fill, can also be found at various local craft stores. Just check your local craft stores and see what they have available. In this section of the video, I want to share with you how we've come up with all these different designs throughout the years. So basically, whenever we start a new crafting season, we brainstorm different Christmas things. So mittens, stockings, Santa Claus, sleighs, presents, bells, just anything that comes to mind, and we think what could look good as a quilted ornament. Now some things are obviously going to be way too hard or complicated, whereas others would be really cute. We've even done like the teddy bear, for example, that's not just strictly Christmas, and turned those items into a Christmas ornament too. Once we come up with an idea that we like, we draw it out on a piece of paper and cut it out perfectly from the center of the paper, and you can lay it on the quilt itself to see what it's going to look like. If I were to just put this on there, I wouldn't know really what the design looks like underneath because it's covering up. But by cutting out this center part, I can actually see if I like it or not. So I could decide if I want the tree trunk to be this tan color, or if I want it all to just be really colorful and broken into like this diamond, and then the purple and yellow and a little yellow at the tip. So this is a great way to figure out if you like something or if you don't like something, what's going to be too complicated, what's going to be, maybe not very pretty. So it's a great way to figure out your designs. Then after you have figured out what you like, you can pin the center part that you cut out. So just taking this center part and pin it, you can see she's pinned it 1,000,000 times, and pin it to where you like it, and when you cut it out, it is that example that you saw through your little template over here. So this is a great way to brainstorm, figure out things that you like, and you're not actually cutting into the quilt before you know if you enjoy it or not. And that wraps up 20 different ornament ideas using vintage quilts. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and these projects give you inspiration to maybe try making some of these on your own. I might have some other videos similar to this in the future, just showing you various different ornament ideas. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.